check out this and other products at our showroom in San Diego or online at www.fitdir.com.
Removing and replacing the M1 tank assembly. Place the handle into the most forward position near the forward riser pulley. Remove the handle rest bolts. Once the handle rest bolts are removed, pivot back the footboard. Then, remove the cover from the rower to expose the top deck. Disconnect the bungee from the recoil belt. Pull the handle so the drive strap unwinds from the clutch housing. Then, use your 5mm Allen key to remove the tie rod bolts and barrel nuts. Be sure to catch the barrel nuts as they disconnect from the tie rod bolt. Remove the tie rod bolts from the bottom deck. Remove the top deck from the WaterRower and disconnect the sensor assembly. Remove the small guide pulleys from the bottom deck. Use a 3mm Allen key to remove the bolt from the clutch assembly. Remove the remaining strap from the clutch assembly. Unwind the recoil belt from the recoil bushing. It may require some effort to remove the retaining ring from the recoil bush. Using a 5mm Allen key, remove the key brackets from the bottom deck. After removing both key brackets, remove the H bracket from the bottom deck. Carefully lift the tank assembly off the rails. Replacing the M1 tank assembly. Carefully place your new tank assembly onto the M1 rails. Replace the tie rod bolts and barrel nuts. Next, secure the left and right key brackets back onto the bottom deck of the WaterRower. Replace the small guide pulleys. Make sure that all the washers and spacers are in place. Secure the buckle of the recoil belt onto the recoil bushing. Use the clutch assembly to wind the recoil belt towards the recoil bushing. Place the end of the recoil belt between the two small guide pulleys. Next, bring the handle strap assembly between the small guide pulleys and through the clutch assembly. Make sure to line up the hole on the strap with the hole on the clutch. Use a 3mm Allen key to replace the bolt into the clutch assembly. Once the handle assembly bolt is secure, gently pull the recoil belt until the handle reaches the forward riser. Next, loop the recoil belt down the forward riser and over the pulleys and extend it through to the bungee. Attach the recoil belt clip to the bungee. Reattach the sensor assembly to the monitor wire and replace the top deck. You may need to use some slight force to get the top deck back into place. Lightly tighten down the top deck bolts. Do not tighten them fully. Replace the tie rod bolts. Do not tighten these fully, as you will need them to be loosened in order to replace the shims. Replace the M1 shims on both sides of the forward riser. Fully tighten down the tie rods and the top deck bolts. Replace the tank cover carefully, then pivot forward the footboard. Once the footboard has been moved, replace the handle rest bolts. Place the handle back onto the handle rest.
Come check out this and other products at our showroom in San Diego or online at www.fitdir.com.